Hello and welcome to Outdoors and That. Today we're going to be walking up Mt Ainslie through the Canberra Nature Park, and this is going to be a loop walk. Should take us a couple of hours to complete. So on our walk today we are going to walk around what I'm going to call the back side of Mt Ainslie, so that's the side that's not facing the city centre, and then we'll go up to the top and come back down the front side, or the side that is facing the city centre, and that'll make up our loop. Always like walking in a loop rather than up and back something. We are walking on track, on fire trails and a few footpads. This is a well-used nature park right in the centre of Canberra, so do stick to the track. We don't want to make any more unnecessary tracks. The environment here is red gum box woodland, and it's a critically endangered habitat that we find in southeastern Australia. And yeah, really, you know, what seems to just be a sheep paddock is actually a really important habitat for our native species, particularly our bird species, with lots of hollows and logs, especially in our trees like we see over here, which are just left to decay over time, but that provides nesting sites and hollows for the birds too. So the bush is really alive with colour at the moment. You can see all the lovely wattles through the trees behind me. Those dashes of yellow, just absolutely stunning. We're just gaining a bit of elevation here. We were down at the flats there. We're looking out towards the east-southeast over the Majura Valley, and then there's what's called the Cullen Horst on the far distance there, which makes up that mountain range. We've managed to get our hats on now. Dad's dripping sweat out of his, but we've attached Georgie's in on the front, so even if she pulls it off her head, it's not going to be lost to the trail behind us. We've just made it up to what's called the lower beacon. That's on a knoll behind us, and now we're going to traverse along the side of Mt Ainslie towards the northeastern ridge, and then we'll follow the Centennial Trail up that ridge to the top of the mountain. I just passed a tail that scooted off into the bushes. Not quite sure whether it was a snake or a lizard, but it was quite wide for a snake, so I think it's probably a lizard. But today I haven't got much protection on my legs, and that's because we are walking in an open track with lots of space to see. Been making our way just up the main road for a little bit, and now we've stepped off onto the Centennial Trail, which joins over this ridge, which will join up to Mount Majura, which is just through the back of the tree there. So if you wanted to link up these two, head down the old tip track and follow the Centennial Trail along. Mt Ainslie is formed as an extinct volcano, or the remnants of a volcano. So the stone and rock that we see up here is ash stone, and it's again harder than the surrounding mudstones which make up the Canberra city centre and the Majura Valley out on the other side, and so it has remained and not eroded away as fast as the rest, and then for sticks up as a mount. We're just coming up towards the very top of Mt Ainslie here, and we have some nice currajongs. They seem to grow at this higher elevation and dry environments. I always wonder what's going through national parks' head when they build steps out of Sydney sandstone, which has travelled, you know, hundreds of kilometres to this location. So we're up the top of Mt Ainslie. We have Mount Majura in the background over here, and I've mentioned about how that links out. Over towards the north and the northwest, we have One Tree Hill off in the distance, and that's Gungahlin up there. Right below us, we've got North Canberra, Hackett and Dixon is the bigger shops over there, and then out towards the west in the distance have Belconnen. You can see Parliament House behind us. Black Mountain is across to the right of screen, and then off towards the eastern side we have the Majura Valley and Cullan Horse out towards the left hand side. We're now just stepping off the side of the lookout. We will descend down what I call the front side, or the southern side, which faces the Canberra city centre, and it's quite steep at the top here. It'll even out as we head down. Enjoying a banana. It's pretty good food. I can just feed it back to Georgie on the go, and she gets to have a good bite. Loves it. Food on the go, water on the go, you name it. What a service that Dad provides. Made it down to the lower slopes of Mt Ainslie again, and just look at these wattles. They come in such varieties and beautiful flowers. Truly amazing. There's also lots and lots of unmarked trails through the bush here. You can see one just coming up on the right there, so it is a bit easy to get geographically embarrassed, but it's such a small area that you're bound to run into something that you'll recognize. Here we are, just making it up to the car park for the end of our walk. So thanks for watching, please subscribe and have a great outdoor adventure.